Go live. I think we are nice here. Uh, I don't know if I'm. Let me check. We got no video. It's excellent connection. We have a video. We have sound. We have everything. Check my jacket. And are we? I will wear a cravat. I will. Let me check in here. Well, ready to begin. Well, hello, welcome back, my Royal Rogues. My name is Jesus Enrique Rosas. I'm the Royal Rogue, and we're back again on another live stream. And oh my God, it feels like it was like 1 year ago since our last live stream. You know that these days I've been a bit crazy for me. I'm juggling 3 channels at the time. They are increasingly like harder. My body language guide channel has been a bit hard these days, with quite dense topics. Oh my God! And I lost something that I had here for today's live stream. Gonna see here. Okay, and we need to talk about today. We need to talk about the Harkles trip to Colombia. I'm trying to like fix my bearings here, or orient myself, be sure that everything is here. Remember to like this live stream and subscribe if you haven't done so. We are already 200,000 rogues, like 205,000 rogues. So many of us here. And yes, I really needed to make a live stream of the Royal Rogue because I needed a softer, lighter topic. And well, since the Harkles are about to go to Colombia, we know that we will have a lot of content thanks to courtesy of the Montecito morons. But then I had this huge news, because there's huge news. Their chief of staff had left just barely 2 days before the Colombia trip, and I need to explain why is that so. Let's see here. So I think I can close a better connection. Okay, why is that so relevant? Let me check. Everything is here. Oh yes, some of you are asking for Mr. Steed. Mr. Steed is right here. A bit. Okay, is presentable. Yes, Mr. Steed. I'm gonna go with Mr. Steed right now. Yes, it's nice. Let's talk about what is going on with the Harkles, but with style. Yeah, I know that I cannot use a hat indoors. Imagine that I have a big window, a big opening over my head, and that will do the trick. What is going on? What is so many things happening with this? We got blind items like this. As of late last night, the illiterate one and her husband didn't even have their itinerary finalized for their trip that begins in 2 days. And in fact, it begins tomorrow. Also, is the trip to an emerald processing center necessary? I think that Megan wants to update. Again, a ring. This image does not exist. It was made with artificial intelligence, just for kicks and giggles. And no, that is not Megan's hand, but that is Midjourney's interpretation of what Megan's hands look like. And with the emerald ring, which does not exist, but I'm sure that she will try to, like those Aquazura shoes that she borrowed from that photo shoot. Maybe she would borrow some emeralds from that emerald mine. And well, emeralds are just beautiful, just wonderful. My favorite gemstone is rubies, by the way. I prefer red, but green. That green is just amazing. And one thing that when I was preparing this live, one thing that I was asking myself, I couldn't find it anywhere, and nowhere to be found. This information is which percentage of Colombian is Megan? Haven't she said anything about that? I wanted to find out, but no information whatsoever about what percentage of Colombian is Megan. But let's see what is this all about. Harry, who will celebrate whatever his birthday next month, they are arriving at Colombia following invitation from the Colombian Vice President Francia Marquez. Francia Marquez, a picture of Francia Marquez is right here. This is Francia Marquez. This is Colombia's Vice President, and I will be talking just a bit of Colombian politics. And if, do I have any Colombian roguis? ¿Dónde están mis roguis colombianas? Quiero ver. Where are my Colombian roguis? I want to know where you are, because this is important. We need to touch a bit about politics. And after news of their upcoming visit spread, Francia stated that the couple will have the exceptional opportunity to engage with elders. You know, that is Megan's favorite market. Youth and women who embody the aspirations and voices of Colombians and illuminate Colombia's role as a beacon of culture and innovation. And what the F? I mean, what, in which universe are Harry and Meghan icons or symbols of culture and innovation? Which culture are you talking about? Which innovation? I mean, grifting is not an innovation. Grifting has been around for, like, I don't know, 10,000 years or so. Since there was money and value, grifting existed. That is not something that is not that you innovate. This is just another stint. I'm going to tell you. Reveal it right now. That's why I included this picture from Jamaica. I think there's this Beth in the background. Oh my God. It's Beth with them going to Colombia. I hope so. But they are going to Colombia just as rent-a-royals. This is just another rent-a-royals stint. But before we talk about the actual trip to Colombia, and it will be interesting, Megan's body language interacting with Colombia's VP, that will be interesting to watch. Francia looks like a no-nonsense woman. We need to talk about this guy. We need to talk about, what is Josh Kettler. I need to bring this, I need to bring my notes here to understand. And everybody's saying, why do they need a chief of staff? What is a chief of staff? What is this going on? Oh my God, I'm making a mess here. Okay. I want to just try to keep or illustrate how insane it is that your chief of staff is leaving 2 days before an international trip. Because it is like, I don't know how would that be. This is more or less like if you go on a trip. Imagine that you plan everything in your trip. You buy the plane tickets, you make your luggage, you put on all your clothes, and somehow at the last minute you decide to go on your trip. You take your purse, you take your plane tickets, but you decide to leave all your luggage behind. I mean, and I mean all your luggage, even the hand luggage. Okay, it's gonna be a bit of a mess, right? It's gonna be a bit complicated. It's gonna complicate things like a lot. It's like you will have to sort out so many things at the place that you're going that it is, maybe it's not worth the pain of going without your luggage. More or less, that is like your chief of staff, who is the one who is literally in charge of organizing whatever. I'm gonna explain how this works. according to what I see online, he's the chief of staff, not of Archwell, but directly of the Duke and Duchess of Sussex. So it's like, you imagine that Harry and Meghan are like a company, right? Imagine that they are a company. And we could say that Harry and Meghan are the CEOs of the company. They make the strategic decisions, if we can call strategic decisions, to whatever Harry and Meghan do, especially Harry. So I could make an analogy. I had another slide here to make an analogy, so you better see it. Why my mouse is not moving? Why everything has to fail right when I'm on a live? Why things have to fail precisely when I'm on a live? What I'm gonna do doesn't matter. I'm prepared for everything here. We are gonna do analogy with a restaurant. Imagine that you're the owner of the restaurant. It's like Harry and Meghan are owners of the restaurant. My mouse needed a charge. You know that it loses the charge during every single live. Not every single live, no, sorry. But it's especially in lives. Imagine that you're in charge of a restaurant. You're the owner of a restaurant. Usually you're the chef, right? Like Gordon Ramsay, okay? Maybe you're the owner of the restaurant and you're the head of it. You are in charge of the most high-level strategic thing, okay? This is like where if you are going to open other locations, maybe you are going to go for a branch, maybe you want to make partnership. That's the strategic part of the business, not the day-to-day operations. Under the CEO, Gordon Ramsay, or you, the owner of the restaurant, we can say that there is operations, okay? The chief of operations. Operations is the ones that make sure that everyone is like doing the right job, and at the same time you have enough, I don't know, carrots and onions, and your supply chain is working, and the kitchen is working properly, every appliance is working, and for example, the online app is working properly. Reservations can be taken from the app or by phone, and everything is running smooth. That is operations. That is the one who oversees day-to-day operations. But between the operations of the restaurant, how it works, and the CEO, the one who has the strategic vision, you need a chief of staff. What does the chief of staff do, and why it's so important? It's so important because the CEO cannot waste time checking if the one who is in charge of the digital app, maybe it's an outsourced company, or maybe it's someone inside the restaurant who is in charge of the digital app. The CEO cannot be like checking on that kind of things. Okay, you have someone in operations that checks on if things are going properly, but you need a middleman that oversees whatever is going on and makes sure that the vision of the CEO, or Gordon Ramsay, is translated to the operations in the restaurant. You see how important it is. Okay, it's critical, because if there's no chief of staff, you could have the most strategic vision that you have a great vision of we're going to, for example, in restaurant, I'm going to open another location, but with the exact same menu. All right, but which parts of the menu can we make like adapt for that other location? That's what the CEO with the chief of staff are going to decide. Okay, it serves in those very important decisions, because it's in turn the chief of staff is the one who is going to say, all right, we need permits from the city. We need to look for that other location. We need to look for the other cooks or the other sous chefs that are going to work in there. We need to expand our digital app. It is the chief of staff who does that. Remember that operations is dedicated to the day-to-day things of the restaurant. The chief of staff is the one who, well, makes the vision of the CEO actually come to fruition. That's how important it is. Now, I know that I'm like a bit heavy on this stuff. This is the chief of staff that recently left. How complicated could be for Harry and Meghan to need a chief of staff? That was my first question. And I at this time, I am not going to joke that much about Harry and Meghan, because we can say that they have the Invictus Games. Okay, we have this relationship with the Invictus Games. We need this relationship with Netflix. We have the relationship with Lemonada, although that is basically frozen at this time. We have whatever they are doing with American Riviera Hortart. And that's another thing that I see, that Josh Kettler is named as Harry's chief of staff. I'm sure that they share a chief of staff because they don't have that many things. So maybe they have this strategic vision, okay? And at Archwell, for example, quick example, you have someone who writes the speeches, okay? You have a writer at Archwell that writes the speeches. Usually, it's not Harry and Meghan who's gonna go directly to that person. It could be, it should be, but maybe it's not the it's not unusual that there's gonna be this middleman, and the chief of staff is gonna make sure that whatever they're gonna do, maybe they're going to this emerald mine, and Meghan is gonna give a speech there, and the chief of staff is the one who has to make sure that the speech fits whatever is gonna Meghan say and all that stuff. Okay, usually Meghan is not gonna do it. That's why you have people organizing all this. Now you might think that I'm digressing here, but no, this is on point, because they are going to Colombia, and it is important to understand that there is a big distinction. That is, any of you, my rogues, or I myself, going to Colombia. Colombia is a beautiful country, spectacular weather, amazing food. I really love Colombia. I've said that many, many times, but we need to be clear about one thing, and it's with there is certain risks, and to illustrate those risks, before we go back to the chief of staff thing, we need to understand that the VP this year, well, has been hot with some stuff. Colombian VP's car shot at. She was elsewhere. Okay, that was that was not like friendly fire. That was shoot to kill. This is the actual stuff that happens to certain figures in Colombia. If you are like a nobody on the street, if you're a tourist, most of the time, if you stick to the tourist places, you will be fine. All right, and that is my experience. I love Colombia, but we need to understand that if you are a famous person or a celebrity or a high-profile politician, if you're the VP, you're gonna get shot at, which is nothing that you can just brush off. And the VP's father, Sigfrido Marquez, suffered a similar attack in June while traveling with a 6-year-old grandson in a rural area nearby. Shootings, that they shot at the car. In addition, because we are not done yet, in addition, a device with more than 7 kilos of explosive material was found in January 2023 at a Marquez estate. 7 kilos is something that they're sending a message. 7 kilos is a message. What is, yes, this is something that we need to talk, and this was the politics things that I needed to talk. I think I can skip this one. Is that the VP and the president, Gustavo Petro, are hard left, let's say. they are hard left. Not other way to name them. And you already know, my rogues, you already know what is my opinion of that. You know that Maduro in Venezuela is hard left. I would love to say that not every country is gonna be destroyed by the hard left and by my country, but history has proven that well, the statistics don't lie. So I certainly don't wish anyone harm. I'm glad that she's got all the protection that she has. And in the case of the president of my country, I hope that he is brought to international justice one day and justice is served. I know that is going to happen someday. But the problem is that Harry and Meghan are being literally used as pawns to distract the public from whatever Petro and this lady are doing in their administration. And that's why we have articles like this one: Harry and Meghan tour rent a royals being used as distraction from Colombia's problems, residents claim. The pair are being used as political pawns by the left-wing government, which has been mired in corruption scandals. It is fear. No, it is not fear. It is a fact. Residents warn that the pair are being used as blah, 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 political pawns. And one prominent lawyer based in Bogota told the Mail on Sunday, "I'm sure Meghan and Harry mean well." But everyone here is talking about how obviously they are being manipulated. Oh, they are being manipulated. Of course, their star power, again, that is undeniable. Wherever Harry and Meghan go, there's headlines. And if you want to maybe your Bob Marley movie premiere to be seen worldwide or people be aware worldwide, you invite Harry and Meghan, not to Los Angeles, of course, but to Jamaica. To you know how that works. Or if your country is complaining about your administration, you invite Harry and Meghan to make headlines, to serve as a smokescreen. I told you, the Royal Rogue told you in this very channel that Harry and Meghan's future had to be either this reality show, which would be the absolute bottom of the barrel, or rent a royals. And as rent a royals, they can do good. And believe me, I'm going to say something that I would not like to say, but in countries like mine, like Venezuela and Colombia, we have very good accountants. And when in Venezuela, at least, and I'm sure Colombia as well, you say, we say that we have very good accountants, we know that, well, Meghan and Harry are going to be handsomely paid for this smoke screen. This is allegedly, of course. I don't want to get into trouble with any party here. This is absolutely, I have no official confirmation of this. But you, my Latino, Venezuelan, and Colombian rogues, you know how it works in our countries, right? Yeah, you know, if it is, how to say that? I'm going to, going to go for a path I don't want to traverse. Of course, their star power will be used to bring attention to poor people and certain areas of culture. Can you imagine Meghan surrounded by poor people? I want to see her face. In Colombia, but the reality is the Colombian government has been drowning in scandal since it came in 2 years ago. They need something to appease people and at home and make them look good abroad. But you know, every time I stumble upon that word abroad, and we're talking about Meghan, I feel compelled to make a joke, but I have self-control. I am not going to make that joke. I'm not going to make that joke. And in case you thought that this was, you know, someone else's initiative, no, this is initiative directly from the vice president. They will be with the vice president, and she has a lot of security for reasons that we already pointed out are obvious, because there have been assassination attempts on her life. But people are grumbling about why the Colombian taxpayer should pick up what will be huge security costs for what is essentially a public relations exercise for the sausages, and for a government which desperately needs to deflect away from its failures. Yeah, and Harry not long ago, what did Harry said not long ago? The sausages trip to the crime-ridden country was announced by Ms. Marcus just days after the Duke said it was too dangerous to bring his wife to Britain. And yes, it's a bit of hypocritical from Harry these days. And I need to say one thing again. Maybe these are not the UK is not through its best days, but I think the one with the worst days is Harry, because he doesn't know how to frame things in a way that makes sense. And you know how hypocritical is both him and his wife. And if you know that if Harry and Meghan went to the UK, if Harry and Meghan went to Colombia, they would have, in the UK, they would have top-notch security. You know, that is obvious. In Colombia, they have to rely on the VP's security, which you know that she has been, has this assassination attempts are like almost a normal occurrence there. I think that doesn't happen in the UK, okay? It's just something that it's not normal in the UK. So yes, it's a bit hypocritical from Harry saying that. Colombia Vice President Francia Marquez said the forthcoming conference will unveil a comprehensive framework for creating safer physical and digital spaces. Because, well, you know that in that regard, I think that, now that I think of it, I think Meghan is a champion of safe digital spaces, because she has no social media accounts that we know of. She locks, she doesn't have comments in her podcasts. So if there are no comments, there can be no bullying. Oh, that is great, Meghan. That is a way to go. Tackling issues such as cyberbullying, give me a break, I already talked about this, online exploitation, and the mental health impacts of these threats. Oh, no, not again, please. I hope that she doesn't, at least she's not going to mention the dishwasher thing. During their visit, the Duke and Duchess, as well as the Archwell Foundation, will engage in several activities related to this important topic. Oh, how cute. How cute. And I'm waiting for Meghan to speak in Spanish. I'm expecting Meghan to go full, Hilaria Baldwin, because she know that she worked for the, Argentinian embassy. I don't know. I had experience with. I want to listen to Meghan speaking Spanish. Will her word salad will be in Spanish? I don't know. But if she says mucho bueno sabor, that is enough for me. That is enough for me. Mucho bueno sabor. That's very good taste. Very good taste. What else do we have from the Harkles? UK government's travel advice warns that terrorists are very likely to try and carry out attacks in Colombia again. If you are a nobody, I am a nobody. I go there and I just blend in and have a great time. There's a risk of kidnapping by armed groups, and the country is seriously afflicted by conflict and fairy dust, baby powder, turf wars. Colombia is described by the US government as a level 3 or orange risk. Well, many Americans have another definition of orange risk, if you know what I mean, with advice stating, reconsider travel due to crime and terrorism, exercise increased caution due to civil unrest and kidnapping. I don't know. Well, I really cannot. I haven't traveled to Colombia since when was it? I think it was a few years ago. Remember exactly? I think it was 8 years ago, something like that. But yes, again, if you are a very relevant person or very not important, it's not the Harkles that are important. It's a bit of a risk. We circle back to the fact that why it's so important a chief of staff in this stuff. Because actually it's not going to be operations, okay? Maybe Harry and Meghan travel. I guess that they are going to leave their kids at home. That would be the best move. Nannies take care of the kids. They would have some kind of someone in charge of the Montecito Manor, and they traveling. They could have maybe 3 or 4 assistants. I don't know how much is going to be the entourage of. But the chief of staff is the one who must have planned all the logistics of the trip. And the trip is very delicate. You already know the details of what we're talking about. What is the schedule? What do Harry and Meghan would like to achieve with this trip? That is, they would have meeting with this guy and say, we want this trip to be about such and such. He would talk directly to the vice president's office. We want to arrange this and this. He is the literal connection between Colombia's vice president office and Harry and Meghan Archwell. So that's why I see that this is insane. Okay, this is grounds to cancel the trip, because it is way too much of a risk. And in terms of risks, I just had to make a joke about this. I think the real risk of Harry and Meghan going to Colombia is Harry realizing that compared to Colombian women, Meghan is a 4 at best. I can, off the top of my head, Sofia Vergara and this AI generated lady here could perfectly be Colombian, Harry's Colombian girlfriend, easily. That's the real danger. I don't know. Meghan doesn't know. Is unaware what she's getting into. Or maybe she's doing it on purpose. You know, like the old trap, you know, taking pictures, opening the door, video, screaming, divorce and all that stuff. I don't want to get in the nitty-gritty details, but you know what I mean, right? But this is dangerous. Meghan, you stand no chance. You stand no chance. And how important is the chief of staff? Here we see the guy with Harry and Meghan on the Nigeria trip. It's obvious. He is the one who takes care of all the logistics and makes sure that everything is done according to the plan. What is the plan? This strategic vision of Harry and Meghan, which could be pretty much zero, and whatever the vice president wants to do with them or allows them to do in the days that they're going to be there, because you can imagine that the vice president is going to be busy with other stuff and they have to make it work. So the guy who was going to make it work quits 2 days earlier. I'm going to I'm going to tell you that this doesn't have a good look. I mean, again, I hope their Colombia trip is uneventful in the sense that they go to Colombia, they give these lousy speeches, we make memes about them, they go back to the United States, nothing relevant happens. But it's like that advisor to Prince Andrew who quit, I don't know what, weeks or days before that interview, because Prince Andrew had agreed to do that interview, and his advisor told him over and over again, don't do it, don't do it, don't do it. And Prince Andrew insisted on that, and that's why his advisor finally quit. He left his job days, mere days before the interview. He knew it was going to be a train wreck. So this kind of things, these are the signals. And one says, hey, this is strange. This is really, really strange. So all in all, believe it or not, I really wish Harry and Meghan, I'm going to say it. I wish Harry and Meghan boring trip. I wish them a boring trip. I'm serious. I hope that they have a boring trip. I hope that whatever happens to them is just made up. Like the New York fast car chase. That is the best way to have an eventful night, right? You just make that up. That is the safest way. Even if the NYPD months later comes out saying that, oh yeah, the car chase was real. Yeah, why didn't you say it like, I don't know, the past year when it happened? Oh yes. Carlson Life After 60 is saying it like it is. I agree. Colombian women are exceptionally beautiful, not only the face but their bodies. Oh, I'm not going to add anything about that besides I concur. DJW, Colombia is a great place to visit, just like anywhere. Know your surroundings. I agree, DJW. Sandy Farrow has a point. Sandy Farrow has a point. I'm going to highlight Sandy Farrow's point, but this is trigger warning. I think they are planning another catastrophic incident that they will blame on the royal family for their lack of security, or possibly a dope hole. I don't. What is that? What is a dope hole? What is a dope? What is that? What is that word? I don't find the meaning, but whatever. Dope hole. I wouldn't put anything past that. Well, I'm gonna look for that. Wen Thompson. Why does the duo travel to countries that the government warns us not to? What parent would continue to do this? Both parents travel. Is there not one parent with common sense? Where's the kid? No, none of them have a common sense. And again, the royal family has visited Colombia in other times. I think it was Charles and Camilla went there in 2014, if I remember correctly. Again, in 10 years ago, the world at large 10 years ago was a different place. Venezuela 10 years ago was a different place. I was still living there. But right now, Harry and Meghan, they are like clueless. Now you understand my concern? Now you understand what I'm talking about how critical is the guy. There's not security, but maybe it's like it must be the mastermind of it all. All right, because if Harry and Meghan go there, they go to shake hands, they go to speak to people. Okay, you're going to speak to this and such, and remember that this person is this and this person is that, and He's the one who oversees all of that. At the same time, you remember the analogy with the restaurant. You remember that you had the owner or the CEO, you had the chief of staff, and you have the operations, which is the one who makes everything go smooth. You have the sous chefs. In this case, would be, for example, Harry and Meghan's assistants or security. It is the chief of staff, the one who organizes them, the one who moves the pieces on the chessboard so that Harry and Meghan can, do whatever their part, which is do nothing, right? Harry and Meghan, this do nothing about that. So I don't know how could this work. I don't know. I have a not so good feeling about this. Again, I'm going to be extremely clear about this. I'm going to be 100% clear. I hope Harry and Meghan have the most boring and uneventful trip ever, and they come back in a peace, because they are. I'm going to tell you. I'm going to be clear about the Harkles. I'm going to be clear about the Harkles. You know that I always said without any. I'm not going to be facetious. No, not fascist. Not a fascist. No, I need to look for the pronunciation of that word again. I always forget it. It's not fascist. No, it's is this word?
Facetious.
Facetious. I am being facetious. Instead of I am not joking. No. That is peasant. That is peasant's word. I am not being facetious. That's more like the road. That's a word that someone with wearing Mr. Steed would say. I am not being facetious when I say that I wish Harry and Meghan success, as long as they stop with their attacks on the royal family and they stop with the nonsense. If they stop with the nonsense, it's like with everyone else. I wish them success, because whatever they do or whatever attempts at success they make, it's meme material for us. And these days, as I'm telling you, when the body language guy has been really heavy in whatever stuff is going on with the world, the UK and the USA, in the Middle East, Russia and Ukraine. And oh my God, I need a live stream to relax. And this is the kind of topics that make me relax. I can have a nice time with you, my rogues. We can talk about just royal and Temu royal gossip and have a good time. And that's what I say. I hope that they create meme material for us, and they go back, hug their children, and we are ready for the next chapter in Meghan and Harry's story. I really wish them well on this trip, and make sure that I will make sure to be there talking about this. Gonna read some of your comments. I think I have no more slides left. I think I read them all. There's another thing that I wanted to mention that I don't remember what was that one right now. Well, but yes, this is just a PR thing that the Colombia government realized we just invite these two. We had all this. We use Harry and Meghan to highlight the good things happening in our country. I wouldn't be surprised that Nicolas Maduro invites Harry and Meghan at any point. Venezuelans narco tyrant. I would not be surprised that Maduro invites Harry and Meghan at any point. That would not surprise me at all. And we would have Harry and Meghan eating arepas, not in AI, but in the real thing. The Harry and Meghan arepa thing. Let me see. Oh, this is interesting. Thank you, Kim Marie. Kim Marie. Sophie, the Duchess of Edinburgh, met with VP Marquez in November 2023. Royal ties are already there. I feel there is more to this picture than meets the eye. What say you, Enrique? Love your vlog. By the way, thank you. Thank you, Kim. It's very different in this case. We're not talking about the royal family. We're talking about the Temu royals. And you know, the Temu royals are going for themselves. But again, I'm sure that there's some kind of exchange in here. I don't think Harry and Meghan are doing this for free. Again, all this is allegedly. You did not hear that from me. In all cases, I want to look for a nice picture here. Let's switch to Colombian Meghan. Which percentage would be Meghan, Colombian? Super chat from Margaret. Thank you, Margaret. Thank you for that. Meghan could go to Cuba and explain the virtues of online censorship. She could go to Venezuela. And yes, that's all. Online censorship. You know that X was banned in Venezuela for 10 days for reasons. You know, yeah, things in Venezuela are not going well. We're going through hard times, but I'm sure that this, I have a hunch that this is it. This is it. Actually, Harold loves a large spice order of Nacho Supreme. Yes, he does. Oh my God. HW. Paul Donnan. Harry and Meghan will have to get out of Colombia first before they get invited to Venezuela. Yes. I had to put this. Katie, maybe it's for plastic surgery. Oh my God, that's something that's something that. Yes, we excel at that. Venezuela, Colombia, it's top-notch plastic surgeons. That is the best of the best, hands down. Yeah, they should go to Venezuela. House bells that smell. Temu Royals. Oh my God, I'm laughing at your comment, but there are comments that I cannot highlight. Oh, Russia is better to meet Putin. He's a great leader. Harry should go. I remember that I made an AI joke about Harry interviewing all these world leaders. I was with Putin as well. Those Harry and Nacho jokes, you're naughty. Oh, Emo. Hello, Emo. Saludos desde Las Vegas, Nevada. Thank you, Emo, for your super chat. Keep beautiful Cuba Harkle free, please. Oh my God. You see that, and instantly Meghan is gonna want to go to Cuba. We'll read your comments right now. I'm going to read a couple more of your comments, and Um, see here, yeah. Have you heard about the Balmoral Summit where the royal family will discuss then they will take away the Morris titles of prince and that? I don't think they're gonna take the titles away. I think that I have said this a couple times on my videos already on the live streams that they have made the titles of the Duke and Duchess of Sausages so like nothing had lost so much value that they are meaningless by this point, and it's so many people are already in the joke. No, it's not that people are in the joke. Already aware of the hypocrisy that they say that, oh, we left the royal family. We don't want to have anything to do with them. Well, they keep using the titles over and over again, and it's just stupid. Oh my God! That's if we stay here, I'm going to begin speaking about politics. But Roger Rogies, I mentioned that I've been working hard my Battle Language Guy channel. Most probably I will be opening also my locals account again because there are topics that I want to talk about that maybe my Battle Language Guy channel is not the best fit for it. Topics such as how to withstand whatever we are going through in this in this time. I want to talk about the news. You know that YouTube doesn't like certain news. I want to really bring some sense in this insanity of the world. So I've been working really hard. I should take a break in a break. A break for me is I'm going to make one video instead of three. That is a break for me. And in my Battle Language Guy channel, I will keep talking about politics because it's something that has to be really addressed right now. I have had the best feedback from you has been largely positive. I would say that 90% positive in this regard. I know many of you don't agree maybe with my political stance or my conservative opinions, but at the same time, many of you have realized that the not so conservative things in this world are not working the way we expected. I'm sure that the people who put all that stuff running, who put that machine to run, it's working exactly as they expected. But that's the kind of things that I would like to talk in my locals account and more on my YouTube channel. So again, thank you for your support here, and thank you for your support in my Battle Language Guy channel to make it back in these strange times we're going through, and my Screen Surgeon channel. I've been talking about Snow White's latest trailer, and maybe I'm gonna make a video as soon as I finish this. I know there's a clip of Snow White. I will be talking about that. That is the kind of things that I can just talk on the spot, like analyzing a trailer of a movie. I love movies. I love trailers. Something that I've always loved and I always like to talk about. I never could in my YouTube and my Battle Language Guy channel. That is pretty much pointless in here unless we talk about a movie of the Harkles. We already did that back then. But that's why my Screen Surgeon channel is talking about just pop culture, talking about movie scenes and the movie industry and entertainment. It's something that I needed, like this live stream. I needed to relax a bit from this skipping out. You remember that long live? I have an announcement to make that we have here in the Royal Rogue channel, that I explained you all the things that I was going through, and I made that live here because, well, you were watching this channel daily. We had daily stuff, and I had to, well, dedicate time to my Bottle Language Guy channel as well. I will do my best that as soon as possible, maybe by the end of this year, or maybe in 1 month, or maybe in 2 months, go back to daily videos in the Royal Rogue as well. Maybe there will be lives, maybe there will be spontaneous, like recorded in the moment. Maybe there will be a bit more developed, like the one that I recorded a video about why the royal family couldn't have a political stance or an opinion of what was going on with the UK in terms of politics. I made a video about that. So I want to keep updating the Royal Rogue more frequently than and maybe go back to that daily schedule. I just need to push and push and push, and I know that I will be doing it. For you who have asked, yes, my sleep schedule is much better, so my energy shifts have been less hard through the day. That's number one. That is something that I recommend to everyone. Fix your sleep. That literally depends. Everything in your life depends on sleep. Fix your sleep. You will fix everything else. Well. See if I didn't. I mentioned Margaret's super chat. Yes, I did. And I got one. This one from Laura. Very much appreciate how you stand up for free speech, Jesus. And this is something that I want to stand up for, free speech, because that's what we need. And I'm going to, we have like 2 minutes left. I want to apologize. I don't apologize often, but I want to apologize to some of you. Some of you follow me on my Royal Rogue channels on X. Some of you follow me on my Kinesics. Some of you, especially those of you who follow me on X, I could be a bit passionate about this topics: free speech, free markets, socialism, politics, and all the stuff, because of reasons that you already know. But I have learned that I have to take things easy. I have my point of view, and many people have not lived what I live, right? It's 25 years of this already. And I understand that it could be, I can be a troll at times. I can be really offensive at times. As many comedians and stand-up comedians right now, the good ones, can be offensive for sensibilities. And I think in many ways my job is not being offensive for the sake of being offensive. Sometimes my ideas can be controversial, but it's not my intention really. I will try to not be offensive. I will try to be fair. And I have tried to, well, have discussions with people who do not think like me. And it doesn't have gone well for them, but I'm still giving them a chance. I'm giving them a chance. Lizzie B asks a question: will there be any new merch? I don't know, but usually I design my merch myself, so maybe I will try to do something about it. Well, my Royal Roguies, my name is Jesus Enrique Rosas. I'm the Royal Rogue, and until we meet on another video or another live, remember the most important words: much love and bliss. Take care. I love every single one of you. Bye-bye.